The Ryan and Ryan Power Hour podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.
And 2015 begins with a victory. With a 10-1 victory over the Chicago White Sox. 4 home runs against the White Sox in his career, and that's the most for him against any one team. Blast into left field. He's hit another one against the Sox. To Hosmer. Race to the base. Hosmer wins, and so do the Royals. Sweep to begin 2015.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
Welcome into Ryan and Ryan here on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I'm Ryan Risky.
This is the Ryan and Ryan Power Hour here on Friday afternoon here on SportsTownChicago.com. We're going to start off talking about the Basebrawl that happened last night between the White Sox and Royals, as the Royals really are starting
playing like children.
Yeah, they really are. I think it has to do with nobody takes them seriously, blah, blah, blah. They still feel like nobody thinks they're any good. I don't think that way. I mean, they went to the World Series last year and almost went to
Don't you want
Game
people
7.
thinking that so then they underestimate you and lose?
You would think so, but, I feel like everyone's like, oh, no one's paying attention to us. We're the Royals, we're a good team, blah, blah, blah. And then, all this happens, and it's not good. It's not good because, Kansas City, is starting to pick fights. They did it with the Oakland Athletics. Now they're doing it with the White Sox, and it's going to be bad.
My personal opinion is that entire team should be suspended for a game and give them a loss. I'm not even kidding. I mean, they have multiple guys that are throwing 100 miles an hour, intentionally hitting people in the head or throwing it near the head. Like, a baseball is a weapon.
Yeah.
You got to send a message by suspending that entire team. Like, we're not tolerating you acting like children. And yes, I know a lot of people are saying Adam Eaton is the one that sparked that. Except, Ventura. They showed him you could lip sync it. He said "F you" to Eaton.
Right. And then and then Eaton sort of walked towards him, and then that's when it all started. But
and Samardzija tackling Lorenzo Cain.
Yeah, that was not good. But
it's good for him sticking up for his teammates. That was funny. Samardzija and Sale both got ejected.
I heard they were sort of making fun of it on the radio on the way down here. Someone was reading a tweet by a Royals radio broadcaster or something like that, and apparently Chris Sale during the 8th inning wanted to go into the Royals locker room and speak to Yordano Ventura. So I don't know if that would have ended good either, but I'm glad that didn't happen.
Remember, Ventura
Sox can't afford to lose a guy like Chris Sale.
Remember, Ventura's been ejected from his last 2 starts.
Right, which I'm very disappointed because he's on my fantasy team. He's a great pitcher, but he's on my fantasy team, and he's gotten ejected his last 2 starts. It's
too bad
there isn't. Good.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't lose fantasy points for getting ejected. This is avoidable. Don't throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball at guys' heads. It's bad when the bullpen's both clear, and by the time they get there, people are still fighting with each other, because usually when the bullpens get there, everything is calmed down.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy that
they're playing like
Kansas
children.
City's trying to win this way. They are still winning, but the thing is, that's not the way you win. and you're going to lose a lot of respect from from most of the MLB teams, because now every time you face somebody, they're going to be afraid that you're going to start throwing at your guys, and then the other team has to retaliate.
Especially when they're throwing 100. All of them are throwing 100 miles an hour.
Right. It's really kind of strange. I'm not quite sure where this is coming from. All this anger from the Kansas City Royals. I mean, I think it's because they think people don't take them seriously. But of course, people take you seriously. You're the AL champs. Every team takes every team, seriously,
except the Cubs
on its own
in 2012.
Yeah, no, that was an embarrassment, obviously.
Or the Astros the past.
Right,
6-7
but I mean,
years.
They're still Major League Baseball players. They're still gonna put up a fight. They're not gonna, pretend to lose, or they're not gonna purposely lose. It's really stupid. And then of course it went extra innings. It went 13 innings, and the Royals won 3-2.
Yeah,
thanks in
that's
part
to
3 hits by Moustakas and 3 hits by Hosmer.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good for the Sox when they're losing Sale's start. Mm-hmm. And then Quintana's been pitching pretty bad, and then you got Danks and Noesi to round out the series.
Yeah, it's not good, and of course now tonight, who knows what we'll see. I'm sure we'll see something as far as a throw.
The Royals. They're always hitting guys.
Well, it'll probably be the White Sox first, maybe, who throw behind a guy or something. And then they'll probably warn both benches, and then we'll see if Kansas City retaliates from that.
Oh, and then
because if Kansas City retaliates from that, then there's going to be more ejections.
Yeah, there was 5 yesterday. Right. I mean, that was just so unavoidable. And, I mean, the Royals against the Athletics, it started with Brett Lawrie's takeout slide, which he texted Alcides Escobar, and it was
a clean slide.
A proven picture on the internet that he sent him a text, and then Alcides like, no, I didn't get a text from him, and then the Royals fans are all on Alcides' side when there is a picture on the internet with a text message from Brett Lawrie to Alcides Escobar.
Right. It's really dumb, and of course, I was watching the game last night. I was watching like the last 3 innings in full. And of course, I just knew that the Royals bullpen wasn't going to give up any runs, and eventually the Sox would give up at least a run, and they did.
Yeah.
It took 13 innings, but I figured the Sox bullpen would, and that was Jake Petrichka, I think, who gave up the final run.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for them. I mean, they might get swept this weekend. I mean,
they really probably will.
I mean, the Royals,
maybe they'll win a game.
The Royals always tee off on Noesi. Last year, I think every time Noesi pitched against the Royals, they teed off on him.
Tonight, it's
Quintana versus
against who pitched? It could be Danny Duffy.
It's Duffy.
I don't know.
Quintana and Duffy is what it should.
Well, I can take.
Oh wait, no. Today would be Duffy, and then Saturday would probably be Edinson Volquez, because I think he pitched the 3rd game against the Sox to open up the season. The rotation started with Ventura.
Yeah, it's Quintana and Danny Duffy.
Okay, and then I'm gonna assume that then Volquez pitches on Saturday, and then Jason Vargas on Sunday.
Well, it depends how. Was Edinson Volquez's suspension for just a game, or was it because he was one of the 5 who were ejected
from the Sox from the game yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he got suspended. Did they suspend anyone yet?
Not yet. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know if they're going to suspend anybody.
Oh, I'm sure Samardzija and Sale will get it, or Samardzija will get suspended for sure. Now, the one thing that
I'm not sure if Ventura
with a
will.
pitcher, I think that if it's a starting pitcher, it should be a minimum of a 5-game suspension, because that's only 1 start. If you suspend him for 2 days, he's not even missing a start probably.
Right. That's a good point too. Yeah, it's really very strange that the Royals are going to keep doing this. Are they just going to do this? Are they just going to do this every series? Like I don't know. It's not good.
Probably. I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, a baseball's a weapon. The MLB has to send a message saying your team is just suspended for a game. The White Sox get a win.
That would be cool. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. All right, we're going to take a break, and coming up next, we're going to recap the Bulls double overtime win.
Thrilling win.
And then later on, we'll also recap the Hawks Game 5 loss. It's not a big deal yet. It's kind of a good thing that they're coming back home where they've played very well and they haven't lost yet in the playoffs this season. They had their 2 home wins in Games 3 and 4. So it's not that big of a deal yet, but they definitely need to win Game 6. We'll talk about all that stuff coming up. You're listening to the Ryan and Ryan Power Hour here on SportsTownChicago.com. The Ryan and Ryan Power Hour podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.